The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Reaper Apparel Company. Reaper Apparel offers a casual line of superb fit, finish, and comfort. We design for those who refuse to die slowly and choose to live untamed. For those who aren't afraid to face the dark, for the ones that thrive in it, and for those who can appreciate life through a grim lens. That's Reaper Apparel Company. Go to the link in the description of this episode, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my own personal merch store, the Stupid Should Hurt merch store. I have hats, I have t-shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, water bottles, notebooks, you name it, I've got it. The description and the link for that will be in the description of this episode. Also, right now, if you use the promo code WELCOME, I will give you 5% off of your first purchase. That's the Stupid Should Hurt merch store. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by Tactical Brotherhood, all American-made apparel, which helps support the Second Amendment. You can also find all this in the description of this episode with the link, Tactical Brotherhood. Part of every proceed does go to helping veterans, as it is a very good cause. All American-made products made right here in Minnesota. Go and check them out. Use the promo code PATRIOT15 to get 15% off your purchase. Now, let's start the show. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. This is, as always, your host, Mike Bono. I have a phenomenal episode for us planned for this wonderful Wednesday here. But first and foremost, everyone, please go and peep the sponsors that you heard at the beginning of the show here. That is Reaper Apparel, as you can see with the hat that I am wearing. That is my own personal merch store, the Stupid Should Hurt merch store, and Core Wealth Benefits. Also, we did get another new sponsor that did not make that. That is Tactical Brotherhood. Check them out. All American-made products. Part of every proceeds goes to helping veterans, so it's a very good cause. Use the promo code PATRIOT15 and you'll get 15% off your first purchase. That being said, my guest today comes to us all the way from Pittsburgh, PA. He is a dear, dear friend of mine, a fraternity brother of mine. He's a musician, and he does a little bit of work for DoorDash, too, as well. Joey Albus joins the show. Jalbus.
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, brother? Long time no talk.
Oh, it's been way, way too long. We're old now. We have, real jobs, and we have to do adulting stuff.
I got a kid.
Sanity.
Yeah.
And scary.
Right. I'm raising another human being.
That should be
It should be illegal. You're right. Yeah, that should be 100% illegal. But it's going.
Hey, man. It works and brings things about. No, I'm super, super stoked. Dad Bod Bono.
Absolutely Dad Bod Bono. When we met, you knew me as the little skinny swimmer that was at Bethany College. 210 pounds now. So Dad.
It's not like you don't have room for it though.
No.
Like you're 12 and lanky as shit. Like 210, you look like a normal being. I'm 5'7". Like a chode, like the human embodiment of a sausage.
Oh.
Can I say is chode? And say is that
you could?
Is that allowed?
We're not afraid of 4-letter words or anything on this show here.
Thank God.
Yeah, so I don't give a fuck what you say.
Sweet.
And my wife, the intellectual that she is, she goes, well, that's good because chode is 5.
That's fair. Well done. Love her.
She's always putting me in my place, and I deserve it every time.
You need it. You need somebody to do that.
Oh yeah.
I've known you too long for that not to be a prereq for anyone that you're married to.
Absolutely. So I want to take everyone through how me and this beautiful human here met And it's a phenomenal story that happened on his birthday. I was a sophomore at Bethany. I was at my fraternity. He was coming up for a visit, but since it was his, I believe it was your 20th or 20th.
20th. Yeah,
I think
20th.
I think it was your 20th birthday. So he was going hard in the paint, drink wise. Yep. So I had not seen him ever before this, and it's late at night, and I just happened to walk into the bathroom to use the facilities, and I hear the wonderful birthday noises coming from the bathroom. So me being the tall, lanky, as he put it, the 6'12" person that I am, just peeked my head over the stall, and I looked down, and there's Joey on all fours, puking into the toilet. And I said, "Well, hey man, I'm Bono. What's your name?" And you turned around and you're like, "Hey, I'm Joey. We're gonna be best friends," and just continue to puke like.
Yeah. I'm really dedicated when I get a good, like, it's because I know afterwards I'm gonna feel good to drink more. So like, if I'm gonna do it,
right? Yeah, you're gonna do it well for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm a wee little baby freshman.
Yeah,
just coming up, and I just saw this top of the stall, just like, hey, and I was like, that's my spirit animal.
And we've been best friends ever since. So much so that I'm really mad we didn't get to do this with our time at Bethany College. For all the Halloween parties that we went to, everyone kept saying we needed to go as Mario and Luigi for a Halloween party because we're the perfect embodiment of Mario and Luigi. We're two Italians, one's tall and skinny, one's short and stocky, and it could have worked so much. It
would have worked. I think it almost would have worked too well that we would have had to like distort it. We would have had to go as like, because like if we just went as Mario and Luigi, that's really on the nose. Like we are those people in real life, minus like the plumbing. I can't. But like we would almost have to been like Mario and Luigi if they were kindred, just like attached at the hip, and just been like, hey, we don't save princesses. This is tough. We live a hard life.
Or I think what would have made it even better is if you went as Luigi or I went as Mario, just a complete polar opposite.
Or you went as Princess Peach and
you cut out the last part. If I went as Princess Peach and you
you
yeah, I don't look that good in a dress though. I mean,
I find that hard to believe.
I'm not as hairless as I was back in college because I'm not swimming anymore, obviously. But like you said, now we both have big boy jobs and responsibilities and everything like that. So take me through what you do for work.
Yeah, man. So without dropping any names,
right?
I work for a logistics company that is well known in the food delivery space. But I work for the other company, their umbrella, as a learning and development professional. I do a lot of training. I do a lot of innovation and creative problem solving, if you will. So that's like 8 hours a day, sometimes 2. Like it really just depends on like how I feel.
Yeah. So, I try not to drop any names for you here, you know what I mean, and keep all that where we need it to be. But how did you fall into that?
Ooh, so we're launching this new thing that is revolutionizing like the grocery and convenience space. It rhymes with rash tart. We're opening a site here in Pittsburgh, and I was like, man, this could be a cool opportunity, you know, to kind of take over different things like that. So I applied, and I was brought on to run that site. It got super delayed, and in the meantime, I did a lot of work for them because of my background in like management and like operations and these specialty logistics like that. I was able to like and help out with like training other sites and like working on some like projects that are now launched. And by the end of my first 10 months there, I actually was able to get with their kind of executives and launch this remote central training team that was much needed at the time. And basically, when I joined the company, it was wild growth culture. We had like 27 sites live, and now we have over 200, both in the U.S. and internationally. So, yeah, I just kind of like fell into it.
Hey, you know what? I always say I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week, which is why I'm a comedian. So, you know, there's...
That's fair.
See, you know what? I found out with, you know, my job as a comedian during the pandemic that, you know, if the shit goes down, like my job just disappears. Like I found out that, like, you know, this is just like a character flaw that I'm just trying to capitalize on. I've come to that realization because I remember so many times at parties, people are like, "Oh man, Bonnie, you were so funny at that party." Now it's like, "Hey, yeah, you want to give me $20 for it?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's just.
Remember those good times? Buy a ticket.
Yeah, buy some ticks. Yeah.
Just imagine all the profit you missed out on by like college, and just like somebody like says something that like lends itself to a punchline, and you're like, yeah, give me $5 rest of this.
So much wasted opportunity. So much. And, you know, I somewhat kick myself every day for it, but at the same time, it's like, I wouldn't change how I got to where I'm at comically for anything. I still remember, I don't know if you were there, I think it was for something that you were doing at Bethany. It was like almost like an improv night, kind of like a Whose Line Is It Anyway thing. And
yep.
I remember I went to act like I was slamming a chair down, and it actually slipped out of my hands, came back up, and actually busted my nose.
I do remember that. Was that so? There was a few times where you came, like there was one you told this hilarious Kroger story, and then the other time, yeah, you beat the shit out of yourself with a chair unexpectedly.
Oddly enough, I have not told the Kroger story since that night. Believe it or not.
It was a good one.
I might actually have to bring that one back. I have not done that since college, and it's gold, I think. I think I might have to bring that back for my next couple of shows that I got coming up here in February.
Yeah, man, I really need to, I want to get out and see a show. You moved so far away from my heart.
Yeah, I know. It's upsetting, you know, moving as far away as we did, but you know, I try to stay in touch with anybody I can. So when I saw you pop up on TikTok and everything like that, I was like, oh, there's my Dago that I haven't seen in I don't know how long, and I miss him so much.
Here I am.
So your TikTok, I gotta know the Sister Wives. How did that start? Why did we start reviewing it? And I gotta tell you, I'm locked. I look for you every day. Like, all right, what episode are we talking about today? Like, I need to know.
Oh man, so this started as some fucking buffoonery. So Christina, every day she has watched the show, and she follows like the OG like talented recappers that are not myself, because I do not put myself in that category. But like she follows them, and like she walks through the house, and I'll just hear these things, and then she'll like try and tell me about it. So I have to look up this family, right? So for backstory, Sister Wives is about this man, this polygamous family. And I was like, okay, I need to see this. So I looked up one picture of this, and I instantly said, I have to post a TikTok. That TikTok went super viral, and I got like 5,000 followers overnight. And in that TikTok, I had said, I'll watch every goddamn season and recap every episode. You're wrong. So then I got held to that, and now I'm too far in. Like, I'm about to make like Swive Squad T-shirts. I don't know. Like, I'm too far down the hole. I can't go back. I'm on 5 of 17.
I would say you're in it to win. I would say you're on like season 4 or season 5 now. And you know, where did Swive Squad come from? Because you've always came up with like these beautiful analogies and everything like that are just comedic gold. So where did Swive Squad come from?
Yeah, so my first recap, I was kind of like, I just had to jump on. I watched the first episode, and I was like, hello TikTok, hello whatever, and I was just like, it started as a separate thing because it was hello Swives, the Squad 2022, and then the next episode I was like, Swive Squad. Oh, there's my thing. Hello Swive Squad, and then everyone was like, oh my god, hashtag Swive Squad. And I was like, I hope you like this because now I can't go back.
It's a thing now.
It's a thing now.
See, like with that and how you came up with that, for those of you who don't know, like comedy just doesn't just happen. Like it's a whole process. Like people ask me all the time, like, where do I come up with material? How do I come up with this? Where did I think of this punchline? Where did I come up with my tagline, stupid should hurt? And it's to the point where I just got on stage for the first time with our fraternity brother, Tom Nelson. And he forced me on stage to do a show, and I just started talking about all the stupid people that I deal with on a daily basis working in retail. And to the point where I was like, you know what? I don't wish death upon anybody, but like I hope they stub their toe and bend their pinky toe like 90 degrees the wrong direction. And somebody's like, oh man, that would hurt. I was like, oh yeah, because stupid should hurt. And like that's now it's a merch store. Like
yeah, and merch. And when I first saw your merch and I saw you wearing a stupid shit. Is Bono wearing just a hat that says shh? And I was like, and then I found out it was stupid shit hurt, and I see either way because they should just shh.
You don't know how many people when I wear that hat come up and they're just like, hey, shh. And at first I'm like, what do you, I haven't said anything. Like, why are you sure? I was like, oh, my hat. And I was like, no, that stands for stupid shit hurt. Or yeah. Or people always ask me all the time, like, what does SSH stand for? And I'm like, you know what? Whatever your heart desires at this point in time. It could stand for a sexy, sultry hunk. I don't care. Like, it's stupid shit hurt, but rock it however you want it.
Stands for super sweaty hang down.
Super sweaty hang down.
Just putting it out in the ethos, just letting them know, hey, I got a swamp.
Yeah. That. This is why we need to hang out more. Like, I need you for, like, material, essentially.
I'll write for you.
Yeah. I got a manager now. I need a writer now. This just do it.
So it's really hard. Don't understand, like you were talking about, like, it's not like sometimes off the cuff. And, like, there are people who do it really, really well. And there are people who try it and don't do it well. But, like, 90% of comedy is like scripted. Yeah. And that's how I feel with like Sister Wives content. Like, I have this note, like in this notes in my notes app that's like 4 pages long, and I clear it out at the beginning of every, literally write out a script as I'm watching the episode. Like this 35-minute, 40-minute, I mean, like an hour and a half to watch with all the pausing and like. And everyone's like, oh, my God, that was so funny. And I was like, yeah, that was the 4th choice that came up for me to call Cody the human embodiment of a. I think there's so many layers to it.
Yeah, like with yours, like people see your videos and they probably think like, yo, this is off the cuff, this is phenomenal. And a lot of it kind of is. But it's like with people with me with my comedy, they're like, oh man, like you work like an hour a day, if that, like, oh, you have such a hard job. It's like, no, I'm constantly writing new material. Like I have 4 or 5 now, just notebooks, just full of ideas, and like literally word for word, like you said in your app, on your notes app, like just pages upon pages of just stupid shit. And like it looks like I'm trying to solve a murder with my writing style. Like, because I'll come up with like an idea and I'll just write that idea down, and then it's like, all right, well, all right, now, and then I grab a different color pen and like, all right, well, this idea can go off of that, and then there's arrows and things are circled that I want to really do, and it's like, if anybody would just find this, they'd be like, all right, this is either an obituary or like he is on like some serious cold case. Like, there's no way this is a writing style. And it is. It's just like I look like I'm trying to find Bigfoot.
Yeah, like you're like a weird yarn string pegboard away from being a serial killer.
100%. And what wouldn't bode well for me is that my wife is strangely obsessed with serial killers.
Oh, same.
And on her nightstand, there is probably a 3 or 4 inch thick book of serial killers. And it like,
oh wow,
yeah, and it like breaks down like what they did, how they did it. It's like, oh, he's getting ideas. Look at the corkboard, and then this book. Like, there's no way he's not a serial killer. Man,
I'm gonna frame you for so many murders.
You know what? At this point, do it. I mean, it can only help me out in the long run, I imagine.
No, my fiance is really serial killers and unsolved murders and mysteries, and I'm just like, please don't kill me. Like, maim me. Just, I would like to breathe still.
Yeah, I think it's partly why my wife and I get along as well as we do. Not that we're not like compatible, but it's like, all right, she's read all these. She knows how to get away with this. Like, she knows, like, there's no way, there's no coming back. They'll never find her.
No, you're stuck. You're stuck. Right? Like, blink twice if you're okay. All right, we're good.
But you know, aside from the Swipe Squad and your day job, you're also as I would call you, a super talented singer and musician, and you actually have your first single coming out here very soon. So, do we have a name? Are you able to say it? Like, what's going on with the music career?
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I have a pretty storied music in multiple genres. Most popular, my 2-person EDM pop group, Albus. We were lucky enough to tour the Midwest and play in Florida a bunch of times and open for favorite boy bands, which is cool. This current project is a little different. It's more of, we'll call, progressive gent metal, with clean singing, screaming, guitar lines. I'm working with a guy named Chris Vagagis, who is an instrument that I've ever met, who is also part of another popular band, and I don't know why he me. But all that to be said, so it's been like 3 years in the making. The band's name is called Chiral. We just finalized our logo and stuff in our album art. And the first single from that is actually in the final mixing stage right now. It's The Conduit. And I'm super excited for everyone to hear it, because it's much different, and by much different than any other music that I've made. And I think it'll surprise a lot of people.
See, I mean, not that I don't believe this is going to come out, but I'm going to call bullshit on this, because I still remember you from your We Must Save the Princess days, and that was kind of that poppy metal type thing. I mean, you weren't really screaming, you were more the singer, and you know, our friend Scott Weber would scream on the tracks and everything like that with you. So I don't think it's different than anything you've ever done.
It's so you would think, but it is much different than that.
Okay.
The musicianship, the everything is it's like it's its own genre that has like very small, it's very niche genre, but it's very, very popular. Right. And if we do it right, I don't know, do it. And yeah, so it'll definitely surprise some people that have seen me make pop music 8 years. Singing about like love and shit. And now I'm singing about like space and it's cool. I'm super excited for it.
Well, I'm excited to hear it. So where will everybody be able to find the single, and when do you plan on dropping it out?
Oh, that's a great question, Mike Bono. Everyone will be able to hear it on all streaming platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, all of the above. As far as when, I would say before the end of February.
Okay.
Hopefully within a few weeks. I would say probably, by March, that single will be out. Just depends on how nitpicky we are during the mixing phase, which is very, very nitpicky.
Well, I see you nitpicky, Jalbus. That
it's surprising, I know, right?
And for those of you that are just like they're listening in, I call him Jalbus. I've called him Jalbus for how long? Shit, how long have we known each other? 14 years now, almost.
Oh my God, what is it?
2023.
I cannot do math. Yeah, we'll go.
Yeah, sounds right.
Yeah. 15?
2008 to now? Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. Almost 15.
Almost 15 years. Yeah.
Oh my God, we're so old.
Man. God, we're fucking old.
God. For an hour, my legs are so sore. I need to install like one of those chairs. So many stairs. And I just it's not that I can't walk up them. I just don't want to. Yeah. Just give me a chair lift.
I see stairs and I'm just like, do I really need that? Is it that important that I go and get this right now?
It's like you see stairs and then instantly you're like, well, they have.
Oh, you cut out there. Well, I need to hear that. What?
No.
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Yep, there you go. Can
you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yeah, no, I said it's like you see stairs and in your head you're thinking, okay, so there's got to be a wheelchair ramp somewhere.
Yeah. Even in, as anybody who's followed my TikTok for a little while, the fixer-upper house that, we're in, I've only showed the first floor. There's an upstairs, and that is for good reason, because I don't venture upstairs that often. Because it's this is a tight hallway. I gotta walk like the Hunchback of Notre Dame because I'm so goddamn tall to get up these stairs. And that's 13 steps. I don't think a TikTok is worth 13 steps right now. It's not worth it.
Or for 3 days. One trip.
Yeah, I stay on ground floors at all costs. When my day job at a warehouse, as soon as I walk in, it irritates me because I have to walk up to the third floor. There's no elevator. I have to walk up to the third floor for my meeting that we have every morning. Basically, hey, don't hurt yourself and don't hurt anybody else. All right, get to work.
Right, it's the same bullshit every day.
Every day. And then I have to walk down those 3 flights of stairs to get to the loading docks and work on the loads. Can we have this meeting downstairs? I don't need to be here for this. I basically work by myself. That's just...
Nope, I hit that top floor. That's where I exist at that point. In life, that either. That's it. Three floors? No elevator? You
None.
crazy?
No elevator. And that's the worst part about it.
I would sue. Didn't get anything, but like, man, I would try.
Just the sheer satisfaction out of it is what I would get. All right, but hey, Albus, I mean, I try to keep these around 30, 40 minutes. We are running down near the end of the episode. I know me and you could talk all day, so I gotta.
Oh yeah.
I gotta keep us on track here. And I know we talked about this before we started recording, but I gotta get this segment in. Otherwise, the wonderful manager of the podcast, Johnny Fitty Falcone, will absolutely kill me, and that is the Fast Fitty 5. Five random questions from the wonderful manager of the podcast, Johnny Fitty Falcone. And these are kind of rapid fire, but you can elaborate if you need to. And Jalbus, he just sent me these like as we were recording. So we're going to read these for the first time. We're going to jump off this cliff together, and we're going to build our wings on the way down, if you're all right with that.
I'm here for it. Side note, Fast Fitty 5 sounds like an awkward sexual moment. I'm for it.
Oh, that just ensures we're going to be changing the name of this segment because no, we're not. I run the show. We're not doing no. All right, so question number 1. Are wearing baseball hats overrated or underrated?
I think it's oh man, 2 answers. 1, it is overrated. Because I believe it lends to male pattern baldness. But I think it's underrated, and I think more people who don't wear hats should wear hats because I don't like the shape of their head.
I love that answer because I'm going bald and I wear a hat every day of my life. So, yeah.
Yeah, my hairline's running away.
Oh, so is mine. I got a 7 head from way back.
Yep.
All right, question number 2. Is Dancing with the Stars overrated or underrated?
I'll tell you what. I think it's overrated because I really think that they stretch what star means for the contestants there. Like, I don't know. I have never watched an episode of it. I've seen segments on like TikTok, but like the word star means something. And some of those contestants, stars, I would call them shit. Yeah, but some of them, like they had like JoJo Siwa and people, they do have actual stars, but there's always some old D-listers in there that I'm just like, who?
All right. I think I know the answer to this one, but I got to ask it anyways. Question number 3. Would you rather be an emperor penguin or a mini horse?
Oh, man. I would want to be an emperor penguin.
That's what I thought.
I just think penguins carry that pebble on their foot to their mate, and they're just like, yo, bitch, got you this rock. Right? And they mate for life too. It's like,
yeah.
Or own a mini horse.
Yeah.
Mini horse.
For sure.
Ride that thing into battle. Put my cats on it. It'd be great.
Absolutely. This one gets deep. I just read this. Question number 4. Are most people truly happy or sad?
Most people fucking hate their life. Everyone is sad. And the sooner everyone comes to terms with they're sad, then they can be happy. Most people are hating it. 100%. The ones that are like truly happy aren't even like truly happy. They're like, this works.
Yeah. I hate to agree with that because that's spot on. Like,
it's not a true thing.
Yeah, this one I can't wait to hear the answer. Question number 5. Would you rather be Michael Bolton or Jason Aldean?
Oh, Michael Bolton. I can't. So I'm not a country music person. And Jason Aldean to me is like, not because like terrible or like actually bad, but like that party rock, like everything is the same. And it's everything I hate. And And Michael Bolton is a silver fox. Like, if I were a female, I would.
So is he your MC, is what you're saying?
My MC?
Man crush.
Oh, no, that's Ryan Reynolds.
Well, day. I mean, come on. Man.
That's a given.
Yeah. Musically, though, if you had to pick.
Oh, man. I mean, Michael Bolton's up there. Bruno Mars is up there, too, which is weird because he's more my age, so it makes it weird, but, like, still here for it.
Yeah. But as soon as you said Ryan Reynolds, well, obviously, we all know that's everybody's man crush. Yeah. It brings me back to a quick story we'll do here, and then we'll end the show. But I remember we were sitting at the cafeteria at Bethany, and I don't know how we got on the topic of every man is about a quarter gay. And I fought you on it at first, and I was like, "There's no way. Like, there's no way. You know, stupid kid, college kid. Like, no, dude, I'm not gay. No, I don't have any gay tendencies. And then you're like, all right, and you just pulled up a picture of abs on your phone. I went, oh man, that's Ryan Reynolds' abs right there, and I was spot on. You're like, see, right there, quarter gay, and I was like, yeah, I would, yeah.
Point them out. We all know. Like, we just all need to accept it about ourselves. Like, we're all a little bit gay. Ryan Reynolds, right? Joe Manganiello is a specimen that is a human, supposedly. What? Like, are you, like, I mean, I just, like, if it happens, it happens.
I'm not going to turn it down if it happens.
Right? Ryan Reynolds is also married to Blake Lively, and I think it should be illegal for two people together because they're always like their children are always going to be better than all the other children. It's like you're creating a monarchy.
Yeah, and they have like 3 kids now, I think.
Oh yeah, they're just building their own population. Amazing looking people. Absolutely. It's like an exclusive club that I want a jacket to, but I look like this.
Right. Yeah. We'll never be in that club, but we could try.
In our hearts, we're in that club, Absolutely. And that's what matters.
That's all that matters. But all right, Albus, we are down here near the end of the episode. Oh, excuse me, I've been drinking since noon. I give every guest this opportunity at the end of the show. If there's anything you want to get out musically or for work, or even if it's just a good message, I'm going to give you about a minute, man. The floor is yours.
Absolutely. Listen, you can check me out over on TikTok at Joey ALBVS. If you are interested in music, add up on my social on Facebook whenever it happens to come out. A good message, and be a good person. Life's tough. Get a helmet. Yeah. That's what I got.
By far, I mean, you didn't have to do a message, but by far, that's the best one I've heard in a long time. Like, life sucks, get a helmet. Like, that's so true. And
it's tough, man. Like, I mean, shitty things that happen, but like, it's for that moment. It just move past it. I promise. It's not gonna. I mean, there's some things that might haunt you for the rest of your days, but like, you'll get over them.
Yeah, I just laugh at things now to the point where like something bad happens and I just look like the Joker just because I just start laughing, and it's just like, yeah, what else am I gonna do? Well,
Oh yeah, I have the weirdest sense of humor, and like short to not see the hilarity in things and let it get you down. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna wake up the next day and move on anyway, so might as well do it and try and be happy rather than like letting this thing run your mind and like have you stroke.
Absolutely. But that is going to do it for this week's episode of the Ride Home Rants podcast. I want to thank, again, my good buddy Joey Albus for joining the show. This was a lot of fun, my guy. I appreciate you coming on. As always, everybody, if you enjoyed the show, be a friend, tell a friend. If you didn't, Tell them anyways. They might like it just because you didn't. That is going to do it for me, and I will see y'all next week.
The Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by W Energy. Energy drinks made for gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. For gamers, streamers, and podcasters alike. Go to the link in the description where you can find the best energy drinks out there. Less caffeine than a cup of coffee. Also, no jitters and no crash afterwards. Use the promo code Mike Bono and get yourself 10% off. Also, the Ride Home Rants podcast is brought to you by my favorite sponsor of the show, and that is Shankit Golf. Golf apparel made for the everyday golfer. We might not go out and shoot a 6 under par. We're probably going to shoot a 6 over par, but this is going to give us the gear that's going to help us rock it on and off of the course. Go to the link in the bio, use the promo code Mike Bono, and get yourself 10% off there as well.